Gangster. As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster.
You are a bitch!
Forgive me for prying, but did one of you, fornicate?
Fornicate?
Yes, with a heavy-set woman in the big and tall dressing room?
Look, I've boned a lot of fat chicks in my time, sure. But, as far as I can recall, I've never fornicated anybody.
You're fucking warned. Don't ever go over my fucking head again, you motherfucker, you.
We want to meet chicks. Yeah, and score. Yeah, I'd like to meet you, yeah.
I'm leaving Logan to catch the T. My destination, Blueberry Street. Yeah, I'm in Boston, and it feels so good.
So good.
I'm so excited. I got my tickets to see the Pats play, and then the Celtics, and a Fenway game, and it feels so good.
Get your coffee.
In the summer, down at the Common, and in the winter, we cheer the Bruins. The weather doesn't make the city, it's the people, and it feels so good. And it feels so good. So good, so good. We bump our fists up in the air. So good, so good. We're living proud, so we shout it loud, and it feels so good. And it feels so good. So good, so good. So we never really care. So good, so good. And we work all day and we play all night, and it feels so good. Well, on a Friday night, we'll still start a fight. Yes, you bash a bottle right off your head. She'll give you a smile while you talk for a while, but you're never gonna get in her bed. She's got a body of a goddess, mind like a man. She'll always tell you where she stands, 'cause she's been drinking with the boys, talking about them dirty things that she enjoys. She wears her shirts real low, her skirts real high.
Hey, good morning, motherfuckers. Welcome to another wonderful morning of the Daily Pissah Morning Show. I'm Bumpa. Thanks for coming out, and I'm sorry I'm late. Again, I worked late last night, so I barely peeled myself out of bed this morning and had a shit ton of stuff to set up for today's show. A lot of different topics I was able to compile since I was off yesterday from the show. I had to work, and schedule-wise was not working out. So if you were looking for a show yesterday and you missed it, there wasn't one. Sorry. But, you know, sometimes that shit happens. If you're in here, say hello to the chat room here. Whatever platform you're on, we are on Facebook Live or YouTube, Twitch. I don't know if I'm missing one. Go in here. I think it's right now we're restreamed on like 8 or 9 different platforms. So say hello. Do stop in and say hello. I got a few different stories. We're going to start off with a little something fun, though, a little funny thing. Some people might cry. You know, it's sad. Nobody wants to see sad stuff. Everybody, nobody wants to be sad. Nobody. All right, hold on. Watch this one. Oh, let's see. And put that up. I don't speak the language. Calls the girl he likes out. Just go away. Oh, but there's her current boyfriend. Oh, it goes south from here. So,
Tranquilo, güey, tranquilo. Con mis deseos en cuestión de piel. Tranquilo, güey, tranquilo ya. No te merecía, la neta.
I know some people that might feel a little insensitive. We've all been there. We've been hurt. It sucks. But someone sent that to me saying, if 2020 were a love song,
honesty, morality.
we don't know. That's what it would be like. And pretty much, bye-bye. It's 2020. Moving on to 2021, which honestly is fucking great. But and some of my stories here will include that. But we'll move on from that. I had to open up a little something. Some people might like, some might cry about it. Whatever side you're on, sorry. Have you seen this guy here? Have you heard of him? Mattress Mack. Jim Mickenvale? Mack, they call him Mack, obviously. Jim Mack. He owns a furniture company, and I can't remember the name of it. Let's see, I have it here somewhere. But anyway, he's a furniture store, mostly known for their mattresses, hence the Mattress Mack is a mattress retailer, but is a chain of furniture stores. This guy is worth a cool $300 million. He's a business Texas man, and he is known for high gambling. He bet on the Super Bowl recently, and some people, even the rich people, hey, they like to put down a good bet, cool $100,000 or some, maybe even $1 million. Mack here put down a $3.46 million gamble on the Super Bowl and put his money on the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers paid out. Not as much as I would have thought, though. I'll tell you that. Considering you put $3.46 million down, how much would you think that that would pay out? I'm thinking it would pay out a little more than what he got. He got $6.18 million, less than double his cash. Again, to me that's just, I don't know. I thought it'd be at least double, right? But I'm not a gambler, so maybe I'm missing something. Anyway, Texas does not allow the online gambling. So what he did is he reached out to DraftKings. Everyone knows DraftKings online gambling platform. So he called them, told them what he wanted to do. They set it up. They sent their jet out to him, picked him up, brought him out to Colorado. And while he's at the Colorado airport, did the bet online and a $3.46 million bet. And he did this same thing back in 2019, where he put $13 million on the Astros winning the World Series against the Nationals, and that paid out. What he does, obviously, the winnings is good winnings. He's going to make some money, but he also puts a good chunk of that, I don't know, $1 million or so, whatever, towards giving a lot of customers like a free mattress. He does a lot of great things for his customers. He did that previously in the World Series bet. He plans to do the same thing after this bet. So he takes a lot of that money and just kind of puts it in there, builds up his business. I mean, he's, like I said, he's already worth $300 million. He's got money, but to have that extra cash flow where he can kind of throw out bigger promotions helps the business. So he basically gambles for some money and as well as for the business. So good for him to be able to do that, right? I mean, don't you wish you had $13 million laying around to throw on a baseball game, the World Series, or $3 million to throw onto the Super Bowl? But he won big. 69 years old, and owns a chain of stores down through the southwest. But that is Mattress Mack. So you may have heard some stories about him online because he won big on that game. And again, he was like his previous set, $13 million, was one of the largest, or the largest bet ever placed in a professional sports game. So I thought that was newsworthy. Now, this is another sad story, but a story that's got to be spoken about. And what is mind-blowing to me is that the NTSB, the National Transportation Safety Board, basically released their ruling on the Kobe Bryant helicopter crash basically saying that it was probably caused by the pilot being disoriented. To me, that probably bit means they don't know jack shit. So they went through everything. They have no reason to know, no known reason why that helicopter crashed. They said that there was no mechanical issues with the helicopter, and the only thing they could come up with was his elevation. He was trying to go to 4,000 feet. They said he was actually going down instead of up. And they call that spatial disorientation. But I don't know. They also said how the pilot, who is 50 years old, is an experienced pilot, over 8,500 hours of flying time, which is quite significant. There are some good naval pilots Air Force and naval pilots out there that are kind of don't have that much hours on them. 8,500 hours. And he was experienced, but this particular company was not certified for instrumentation flight, meaning that they couldn't fly in or through the clouds. They could only fly by sight of the ground. So they say that the pilot went above the clouds, hence could not see, and became disoriented, and instead of going up, went down. Now, I'm not a pilot, never have been, I've never even taken a flight lesson, but I have played games. But I think everyone knows whether you pull one way, it goes one way, up and down, right? Up and down, whatever way. And so I'm sure the pilot gonna up or down, right? So if he pulls to go up, he's going up. All right, down is down. So I don't know how the disorientation would have worked. Again, not a pilot, not an expert in that. But the wording that they came out in the article, like I said, they also blamed that the pilot could have had likely self-induced pressure, meaning he was so psyched, felt a lot of pressure because he had Kobe Bryant on board. So because of that, he may have that may have caused some of his confusion. I don't know. The NTSB does say self-induced pressure is a real thing because they're trying really hard, and pilots have that can-do attitude, and they just want to get the customer to their destination. Which anybody can get that. I mean, fucking you deliver a pizza, you want to get there, you want to get your tip, right? So you got people on board, you want to get there. I'm just thinking that it's kind of basically the NTSB saying we have nothing, so the pilot must have fucked up. That's it, and that's okay, but that's what they should say instead of trying to blame others, or which they are blaming the pilot, which they have no idea whether or not it's. Good morning, Patty. Love you too, baby. But I just thought that was kind of weird. The company itself was investigated by the NTSB. They said they did have some type of level of inadequate checks and stuff on their safety management process, but they also had no serious issues. I mean, although their process, whatever their checklists and stuff, maybe they weren't following through on that, but they did find that there was no actually problems with the equipment or anything. Everything was well maintained. So I thought that was newsworthy. I know a lot of people are sad with the Kobe Bryant death. Some people aren't. There's a lot of things with him as far as he had the sexual harassment years ago. But it is a tragic situation. He was I think he was one of the youngest to make it in the NFL, NBA. He started at a young age, 18-ish, right, or something like that, similar to like LeBron James. Right out of high school, and then played up until his retirement in 16. Out of high school in 1996. And he was very, very talented, no doubt. We all know that. But I just saw the headline on that, and I was thrown for a loop. Because the headline literally says, pilot and Kobe Bryant crash was probably disoriented, said investigators. I had to look at that more. Like I said, after reading all of it, they have no fucking clue. So it's just sad that, there's no real closure, and whatever closure there is, the pilot's family is going to think he fucked up, and hopefully they don't. It's just a sad thing all the way around, tragic thing all the way around. But as far as the country stuff, we had that 2020, and we're trying to hope for 2021 be better. Well, what do you think of the minimum wage hike? Now, this is not a political conversation. Some people will think that. To me, this is an economic conversation. And I bring that up because it's like, do I think people deserve more pay? Fuck yeah. Who doesn't? Everybody thinks that people deserve more pay. Okay? But you have to be reasonable about it. There's still, I don't know, I think half the states in the country, like I think at least 20 states at least, are still at the federal minimum wage level, $7.25 an hour. Okay? And is that bad? Oh, it's horrendous. Anybody knows that. And it's, again, I'm not trying to, I just don't get that. It's just as far as the minimum wage being jacked up to $15 an hour, that's huge. Even if they do it over a 2 or 3 year period, from $7.25 to $15 an hour, that's more than double what some places are paying already. And you also have to think of the states that aren't paying $7.25, or like Alabama. I can't remember the list off the top of my head. I looked at them all, too. But there's more down south, Alabama, Florida, places like that are still paying really low. So, chains down there, the cost of living is also lower. So now you're going to make these companies, whether it be a franchise, a mom and pop, whatever. And, people always talk about the burger flippers, right? Remember, it's not just fast food, though. It's everybody. The mom and pop hardware store has to pay that now. The mom and pop convenience stores, whatever, the little supermarkets, any goddamn business has to bring it up. So if you have an employee that's making $7.25, $8, $9 an hour, or even $10, you're now jacking them to $15, or at least in a couple of years. It might be spread over a couple of years, I believe, if I read it right. But that's still only a couple of years away. And when that happens, I mean, that's doubling the wages expense line for a business. And right now, any real good company, their number one expense is their people. And not on a bad part, I don't mean that bad, their expense, but that biggest line on their budget is wages, salaries, benefits. Most good big companies, more than half of all their expense goes to pay their employees and their benefits. So now you're going to double that. There are a lot of companies out there operate on a very narrow margin, like mom and pop hardware stores, supermarkets, even the big chains. They're a very narrow margin. After all said and done, it's literally like a 3 to 5% profit margin. So there's not a whole lot of extra room to just throw money around. And so when you jack it up like this, a 100% pay increase, you're gonna see people say, "Oh no!" They also talk about the experts looking at historical data, economic data, saying that, well, when we see minimum wage increases, we don't see much of a change in inflation. Yeah, because the minimum wage increases that we've seen are 10, 15 cents an hour, 25, maybe 50 in a few states, 50 cents. That's it. We're talking $5 to $8. Okay, $5 to $8 on that change. That is fucking huge. Okay, huge. That is huge, and it's insane. People are not thinking about that. And the Congressional Budget Office has also come out saying that while the increase, and they try to soften it up, which is fucked up. They try to soften this up. They said that the wage increase proposed would cost 1.4 million jobs. Because, like I said, they have to recoup that loss somehow. They're going to cut jobs, because people are making more money, so they have to cut their expenses, which means cutting jobs. They don't cut expenses. How do you think they're going to cut expenses? Shut the lights off? No, they have to cut staff. That's going to be the first thing to take a hit, because many of these companies already operate very lean. That's how a good, smart business runs lean. They don't just waste money. And, the first thing that's going to go are jobs. So they say that this wage increase is going to cost 1.4 million jobs. But let's fluff it up a little bit. We got to fluff it, right? Got to fluff it. It's going to lift 900 million, not 900, 900,000 people out of poverty. So it's going to help 900,000 people get out of poverty. It's going to throw 1.4 million into poverty because they're out of a job now, right? So I mean, it's going, the seesaw is going the wrong way here, and then also increase the federal deficit because now federal employees too, they're making below what the proposed minimum wage is. That's going to cost them $54 billion over the next decade. And the wages it will increase wages for a lot of people. But again, the companies are going to hurt from that. There are managers or supervisors for some fast food chains that don't make $15 an hour. So now you're going to bring in this new kid or a kid now who's just doing fries or flipping burgers. And we always say the flipping burgers, but it could be somebody working in the store, gas stations or any business really that's making less. So this kid that's working in a back room stocking or whatever makes $12 an hour. Is not going to be promoted to 15, and that's 12. I mean, that's here in Massachusetts because we're at 12.50 or something. What is it? 12.50, 12.75. But like I said, in other states where it's $7.25, the kids make it $7.25 or maybe even $8 an hour. Suddenly, it's going to be $15 an hour, and that supervisor that used to lead him or whatever was making 13. But don't worry, they'll put him or her at 15. So now they're both at $15. Oh wait, no, the company you got to pay your supervisor a little more, right? So the company's gonna have to bump them up another buck or two. So that's more than just the minimum wage adjustment. Well, then it's got to trickle up a bit. And you have some companies that maybe have a young receptionist or something that's only making $13, $14 an hour. So the girl that works in the office, she's got to now make $15 an hour. And then the people that work for the company are doing, I don't know, working in the warehouse or something, now all making $15 an hour. People are not looking at the whole trickle effect. Why is a supervisor or manager now making just a buck or two more than a brand new employee? They can't. It has to go up with that. And so that's going to be a huge cost. And like I said, if it was just 25 cents, 50 cent increase, a lot of times the company would find ways to absorb that. You are not going to see an absorption of 100% pay increase. That is going to be passed on to the consumer. Your gallon of milk will be $5 or $6. The gallon of gas has already gone up quite a bit. It's around $2.50 a gallon from $1.89 or something, about $1.80-ish back in November. So it'll probably hit $3 by the end of the next month. Everything's going up, and people don't want to see it. They just want to see I get paid more money. And people, was a comment a friend sent to me the other day, and we always kind of banter back and forth on stuff. Well, if I need to pay my rent, you can afford to pay me more, or something like that. So I kind of flipped it around. Well, if you make more money, then you can pay more rent, because that's exactly what's going to happen. I don't think people are not going to suddenly make double pay and then think that their rent's not going to change. Everything's going to change because my tenants can now afford more money. Well, why am I giving them for the market? Everyone has more money. Everything has to go with it. And like I said, the producers, the food shopping, that box of cereal, that company has employees on the other end that all have to get paid above minimum wage too. You just jacked up everyone else's costs there, right? So now that company now has increased expense. They now have to charge more for that box of cereal. Same thing with the gallon of milk, because everyone along the line is going to have to get a bump up of some sort to keep that spread. And, I don't know how you think that the companies will just, oh, well. No, it's not, oh, well. It's going to be layoffs and the buck passed on to the consumer. So you need to really think things through before you beg for all the money. That dig towards you, I'm not sure what the dig was. Sorry if I missed the dig. Now, here we go. Let's circle back. I like this one. Circle back. My good friend Jen Psaki here. the press secretary for the White House. And, how do I put, let me pull that up. I got the info in front of me here. A lot of things about going back to school, and, Biden pushing to open schools up. However, during a recent press conference, when they asked about it, she had stated that if the school already has in school 1 day a week, at least 1 day a week, it's considered open. It's considered open, not this hybrid shit. Well, if you're on hybrid, you're considered open. So even if they only go 1 day a week, you're considered open. Okay, this is complete fluff bullshit right here. We're going to open up all the schools. But if you're already going to school 1 day a week, you're open. See? So now, if they could push everyone to do hybrid 1 day a week, 2 days a week, boom, you're open. That's it. And then Biden can go around, see, we opened the schools back up. No, he didn't do jack shit. All right? And again, everything's still down, based on local control. They could say, hey, yeah, we want everybody to open up. They can't make the schools open up. It's up to the local school board or whatnot to do what's best and safe for the schools. Of course, we want the kids back in school. I'm sure a lot of parents want them back in school. I'm fortunate enough where my kids are back in school 5 days a week. But there are very few school districts that have that. Most are hybrid. And, like I said, 1 or 2 days a week. Some are still full remote. It's mind-boggling. Yeah, but I got upset on this part because, I'm thinking, all right, well, all the kids are going to be back in school. They're going to do some type of, support, COVID-19 support as far as, helping get the space clean, whatever they need. I don't know. I thought there was going to be some type of funding involved. Nope. It's just as long as you're in school 1 day a week, you're open. So that's all they need to do is go hybrid once a week, and you will be considered open. So basically, they aren't going to do jack shit. Another misleading bullshit fluff piece that they like to do. And that's frustrating. Again, this particular part, it's not political. I'm not taking sides because, like I said, it is important that we have safety for our kids. That's why I thought there would be some support to local school districts to help provide additional space, clean stuff, whatever. But no, that's not it at all. They just want to make sure all schools are open, and they define it by 1 day a week. It's considered open. So that's a little misleading. Oh, here's a good one, right? Oh, hey, look at this fucking dumbass, right? Oh, so if you're at the store and you see a can of spray that says Gorilla Spray Adhesive Heavy Duty, what would possess you to go home and put that shit in your hair? And now a lot of people have already heard about this, probably maybe seen a video. I just want to chime on it because she's considering suing Gorilla Glue. Gorilla Glue has apologized, and unfortunately they got to make fucking warnings now for retards not to do this. It's Gorilla Glue spray adhesive. She had to go to the hardware wherever she bought this at, to a hardware section of some type to get this. This was not in the hairspray aisle. Okay, this was in the fucking hardware, and she took it and brought it home and sprayed it. Oh, fucking head's hard as a helmet. Let me see if I have. I did have it queued up here for you. I wanna see it. Let's see.
Hey y'all, for those of y'all that know me know my hair has been like this for about a month now. It's not by choice. No, it's not by choice. When I do my hair, I like to, finish it off with
those fucking eyelashes. I mean, the eyelashes look like you trimmed off a few of my ball hairs and just glued them right onto her eyelids.
Got to be glue spray, just to keep it in place. Well, I didn't have any more got to be glue spray, so I used this Gorilla Glue Spray. Bad idea.
Now, at what point do you find yourself, you look at yourself and say, do I really want to put this on video? And I'm all for, I get people love the social media, there's the attention whore, whatever you want to call it. They like to go viral if they can. But why would you want to go viral based on your stupidity? You know that.
Yo, look, my hair, it don't move. You hear what I'm telling you? It don't move. I've washed my hair.
That shit probably bulletproof.
Times, and it don't move. Stiff wear. Woo! My hair. So I'm gonna tell y'all like this: if you ever run out of got to be glue spray, don't ever use this.
Why the fuck would you? Why the fuck would you mistaken that to that? I don't get it. Why the fuck would you say, I ran out of spray, so I bought glue, adhesive spray? Why? Again, that's in the hardware section. That wasn't in your hair care product section. That was in the fucking hardware section. And again, like I said, she's just trying to get the followers, the likes, trying to get that, 15 minutes of fame. She's doing it, but you don't want to be famous for
unless
stupid.
you want your hair to be like that.
You do not want to be famous for stupid. Clearly, she does. I don't know. So chime in, say hello. I don't know what chats are working or not. They are. Look like they are. I can't really tell here. Depends who's chatting from where. Okay. Oh, so the gorilla. Why? Why would you do that? It's stupid. And like some people say in the chats over here, goofy, stupid. And this is a good one here. She's a teacher. I don't know that. They must have did some research. She's a teacher. So she's out there teaching kids. She gets the wrong glue for her hair. You can't get the wrong glue for your hair. You can get the wrong glue for those ball hairs of mine she has on her fucking eyelids, but you can't get the wrong glue for your hair because glue doesn't go in your hair. Okay, glue might go on for your eyelashes, right? You get those little caterpillars up there. You need those, but you do not put any in your hair. Why would you put anything in your hair besides a hair care product? Again, that was found in the hardware section. The hardware section. Not the hair care, but she's a fucking bimbo. All right, she deserves what she got. And I don't care, she got 3.6, almost 3.7 million views in that stupid fucking video. More or less because people are learning from it. Thank you for being stupid. I really appreciate you being stupid, lady. All right, I forget her name. I had it here, but but I don't even want to get her name because I see people like that. They don't deserve that kind of attention, And I had to go through it to say Tessica Brown. That's it, Louisiana. Unbelievable. So she's considering a lawsuit against Gorilla Glue adhesive. Gorilla Glue for the adhesive spray in her hair. She ran out of her usual hairspray. Again, it's not a fucking hairspray. Okay? She got the fucking thing in the hardware section. Oh, so I don't want. She put a predicament on social media and quickly went viral. And oh shit, you're retarded. You went viral. Everyone knows you're retarded now. Outstanding. Out fucking standing. Oh, you fucking boob. Oh. Now, Robinhood, we talked about that before because of all the GameStop stuff. But this one is actually quite sad. And it's just awful. Robinhood is evil. And it's not only because of their bullshit they recently pulled with GameStop. Once people started making money, they pulled the plugs on it. As far as you can't buy anymore, all that. At least some people made good money. But again, they were fucking end up protecting the big man, and that's just so disappointing. But here's a story of a kid, a high school kid, Alex Kearns. He had put in some money, took $5,000 from savings that he had got from birthday gifts and summer jobs, and put it into Robinhood. His parents let him do it. They wanted to teach him responsible investing. And so, the Alex had assured them that there would be limited exposure to the risk of all that. However, because of Robinhood's easy platform to use to buy and sell, it was quite easy. But I think Alex got a little overwhelmed and thought he fucked up, and the next one day he looked at his account and found that it had a negative balance of $730,000. So then the next morning, the company sent an automated message saying that he needed to pay. Now, he started this when he was in high school at about 18, and now he did this for a couple of years. So now at 20 years of age, he got a message that after finding out his account was negative, he got a message saying he had to pay $170,000 in the next few days to bring his help his account. Well, he thought it's a fucked up life, and unfortunately, he basically wrote a suicide note and killed himself. He killed himself because he thought he fucked up his life so much, being that far in debt, he just couldn't handle it. So he committed suicide, left a note to his parents that basically asked, how did the 20-year-old with no income get assigned almost $1 million worth of leverage? The company fucked up. They fucked up the margin thing. And so it was only for a couple of days they messed up, but they fixed the problem, but it was after the fact. After the fact, they got a automated email from Robinhood saying that the issue was fixed and that he didn't owe any more money, or any money. So unfortunately, Alex killed himself already, and now the family is looking to sue Robinhood because of a fucked up computer program app. So, a glitch in the system basically told this kid that he was going to be broke $730,000 and have to owe the company that. So he was devastated, killed himself, all because of a computer glitch. So, there's Robinhood for you. They made it easy for people to get into the big boy stock. And what the problem was, like with the GameStop, AMC, and some others, is that they jumped on board, drove that shit through the roof, and then when billionaires were losing money because of it, the Robinhood put a stop to the purchasing. And, so now the little guy that was making good money, some people made millions. I remember I had one story recently that a guy took $4,500 and was valued at $1.3 million at his peak. Now, he did say he'd wait for it to come down. That's something you got to watch on your phone, like every fucking 2 minutes, click, click, click. And when it hits a certain point, you sell, and then you cash out. And I hope some of these people did that. There was one kid, a 9-year-old, kid Jaden, he got some stock through it for GameStop, and his mother bought it as a Kwanzaa gift. And part of the Kwanzaa was financial responsibility. So he did it, boom, I think from a $60, little stock investment from $60, he made up to, I think it was like $4 grand, somewhere around $4 grand. Cashed out, took a huge chunk of that, put it towards the popular video game Roblox, invested in that, and then took some of the other money and just put it into savings. But that was, sad story. Robinhood continues their spree of shit. Aunt Jemima. I've always said Aunt Jemima. I don't know. How about you? Everyone's got aunt. Everyone's different. They retired the name. Come on, man. This is bullshit. They had to change the name to be sensitive. What are your thoughts on that? I never once considered this a racist product. Never. If anything, you're related to Aunt Jemima, aunt, however you say it. I say aunt. I do say aunt, but for the product, I've always said aunt. I don't know why. Aunt Jemima, it's been criticized as having a racist caricature. There's nothing on that is racist. I don't know if it's because I remember the bottle used to be shaped like a maid or whatever. Either way, to me, it paid respect that Aunt Jemima had great syrup. That's how I look at it. So what they did is PepsiCo owns the company. and the company they changed it right to the company logo, Pearl Milling Company. I don't know what your thoughts are on that. Hey, when you watch this, if you're watching now live or you watch this in the video later on the replay, chime in. Tell me your thoughts on the whole Aunt Jemima thing. I get maybe the old glass bottle. I can see why that might have been mistaken because, like I said, it was shaped as a maid, so that could be. But as far as the logo itself, never do I ever relate this to being racist. And it's just sad to me that this is where we've gone. Same thing with the Uncle Ben's rice. They will rebrand it as Ben's Original because we could have called Uncle Ben's. I don't know. So the company spent a lot of money on it. So I hope you like it. It doesn't change. It's a name change, and I don't even know if they really need to change the name. If they really, at best, they could have just taken the round logo off, right? But no, they had to take that off. And to me, it's just I don't see where the racism coming for that. And I guess some people tell you, "Well, shoot off is because I'm white. I can't see it." I've never related that to being related to being black. I related it to being a delicious syrup. But it is what it is. What else I got left? Oh, yeah. This is a good one. Where is it? Oh, go down here. Now, this is I don't know why I said it was good. That's not right. It's a story. Yesterday, Wednesday, Larry Flynt passed away. A man, the king, the legend of Hustler magazine, Larry Flynt, died at 78. His brother confirmed it. He launched the porn industry, kind of rocket past Playboy as far as getting a little more involved with the pornography as far as with the magazine. Now, the magazine started as a newsletter for him. He had a bunch of bars. I'm trying to remember, a bunch of clubs, hustler clubs all around, I think it was Ohio. And he had a shitload of bars and clubs. And so what he did is he had a newsletter about all the different locations and stuff. And that became popular. So, he expanded it and then eventually became bigger a little bit. It went further than Playboy. I don't know if it became bigger financially than Playboy, only because the content was more sexually explicit back in the 70s. And so, I don't know. But Larry Flynt, what was it? I'm trying to remember at what point. He was coming out of a courthouse and got shot. And that's why many people know him as being in a wheelchair. He had a gold-plated wheelchair with like purple velvet. But the shooting, the guy who shot him, I have the name. Mr. Franklin. Oh, where is it? Joseph Paul Franklin shot. And Franklin himself was a serial killer, but he shot Flynt as he was leaving a court hearing in Georgia. It was shot on the sidewalk by the gunman, later identified as Franklin. Franklin always denied, never confessed to it, but he did eventually. He was eventually sentenced to death, and he did say his reasoning for the shooting was because of the interracial photo shoot Hustler had that enraged him. So that was in 78. Well, that another legend has died. As Hugh Hefner passed away before. I forget when that was, a couple years ago. Now we have Larry Flynt. The porn industry has taken a whack. But don't worry, they all have friends and children. They have a family. Hugh Hefner's son will probably take over that empire and continue on. Let me see. We'll check on the chats. I see. Not much going on in there. All right. Well, I did run late, so that's probably why. We'll hope some people catch it in the replays. Let me see what else I have. I had a couple other things stocked up here. Got that one. Got that one. Oh, got that one. Well, I guess that'd be it. I don't know. Well, I did want to play it. So if you have any funny stories, send them to me. I have more than what I showed today. This lasted 45 minutes. That's about where I want to do the show at. I know sometimes it's a little over a half hour. I want to keep it under an hour. My ballpark is 45 minutes. Is where I want to be with the show. I don't want to talk too long. I want to get feedback from people, and I do keep an eye on the comment section because I want to see what you guys have to say. I will definitely bring up points that you have. Where is that other one? Oh well. All right, dead air. Nobody wants dead air. Hold on, let me play that for a second.
The Wicked Pissah Show. Bumpa, Byron, and Patty Cakes. No bullshit talk radio. Wicked cool. Wicked funny. Wicked Pissah.
This rock star with no fame, the way it is for everyone. God knows that if I try, I might be able to get by. Get by as one of your words.
All right, I got I'll play one new. I'll play a new video. Just came out. What did I do with it? I thought it was just out. Nope. All right, I just reposted it. Well, anyway, this is from a friendly group, I should say. The Iron Cross. This is shoot. Called. This group is called Iron Cross. All right, it's gonna be Crazy Train by Ozzy Osbourne, covered by the Iron Cross. It's actually pretty good, so I figured this would be a fun thing to close out with. Again, this is Iron Cross. They allowed us to use their video. They like the promotion. Check them out on Facebook. Also, they have a website. Check out for more information. Also on YouTube is where they got a shitload of videos. Very talented. These guys are out of Romania, all Romanian. And the Andrea, I believe, is the singer. Her English is actually pretty good. There is another. The guitarist you see here is Andre Kubra, and he's very talented. He's pretty much the leader of the group. He's the organizer of it. He does some stuff with some other singers as well, but the singer in this group, the Iron Cross, by far is great with English. Her English is perfect. Some of the others are a little difficult, but they're all good, very talented, sound great. Just you could pick up on it in little bits and pieces. Here they do well. So that's it, folks. Have a great night, a great day. I'll be back tomorrow, 8 a.m. Yeah, 8 a.m. tomorrow. I will have some great stuff. Like I said, send me anything you have, videos, pictures, stories you hear about, you see something, send them to me and talk about it. I need some more funny stuff. Again, talk about minimum wage shit, stuff like that. But just stuff I saw, and I'm like, those are good, valid points. And my biggest thing, like with the minimum wage, is you're talking about doubling wages for people in some states. And although maybe not a whole lot of people make minimum wage, like I said, jacking up the minimum wage is only going to increase pay for 1 million people, which I still disagree with. The numbers are going to be a lot higher than that, and it'll bring 900 million out of poverty, but it's going to affect millions more because I forget how many millions are working in fast food alone. That again, but it's not just fast food. But that's where everyone gets sidetracked. Fast food, burger flippers. Oh, they don't need not just fast food. It's everybody, every fucking business. The hardware store, whether it be the donut shop, or be the any business you can think of, the tiling store, or whatever. Walmart, everyone will hate Walmart anyway, right? Because they're so cheap and everything. But now you think they're going to just absorb that cost? They're going to pass the buck to you. You're senile to think otherwise. Well, till then, folks, we'll see you tomorrow. And with that, let's go with Iron Cross.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.
Bush, I got him at gunpoint. Okay, gunpoint, 132 in Bush, covers code 3. Makes sense. Phoenix 2514 can't transmit on tag 2. Okay, we'll still send it code 3.